Good morning. It's 4:38. Sorry. थोड़ा लेट हुआ but it's थोड़ा camera issue also. Good morning, Ansh, Adivitya, Riya, Abhay, MS, Manisha, Sarthak, Nishtha, Gitanshi, Devansh. Let's start. True proteins aggressively. Hi Nishtha. Hi Sarthak. See you came. Chalo. Oh hi, you're from Punjab. Nice. Good, good. Good luck. Yes. We can all put our targets. I will finish basically protein metabolism. Nothing else. Yes, you did. Oh nice, Devansh. Good to know. Yes, Nishtha, let's go. Oh, all the best. Focus karo. Hope you crack your maths exam. Hi Joey. After protein metabolism, we'll take a break at 6. Yes, and I realized Joey, that you attended after a bit. Oh damn, Addy. But please sleep बाद में. General area metabolism. Oh yeah, one cow metabolism. I'm just gonna read. Let's go. Metabolism of protein mainly includes the synthesis and catabolism of proteins and further degradation of amino acids. Produce mineral amino acid is the synthesis, structure, and function of proteins. In the additional number of nitrogen metabolism, no storage form of proteins in the body. No storage form of protein in the body. Average protein turnover of 400 gram per day. Same amount synthesized and same amount broken down. Okay. The non-essential amino acids are either derived from the diet or synthesized in the body. The essential are obtained from the diet. If the one amino acid pool is always a dynamic steady state in adult, the rate of synthesis of proteins balances the rate of degradation, so the nitrogen balance is maintained. Now coming to digestion of proteins. Other dietary proteins are denatured on cooking. Dietary proteins are denatured on cooking and therefore more easily digested. That dietary proteins are denatured on cooking and therefore more easily digested. All these enzymes are hydrolysis, class 3 enzymes in nature, or trihylisole. So all these enzymes are hydrolysis. Dietary proteins are denatured on cooking. Okay. Proteolytic enzymes secreted as inactive zymogens which are converted to active form in the intestinal lumen. Originally, there is zymogen active form in the intestinal lumen. This will prevent autodigestion of the secretory acids. The proteolytic enzymes include endopeptidases and exopeptidases. Endo and exopeptidases. Endopeptidases act on the peptide bond inside the protein molecule, so the protein becomes successively smaller and smaller. These groups include pepsin, trypsin, chymotrypsin, elastase. Pepsin, trypsin, chymotrypsin, elastase. These are all endopeptidases. Endopeptidases is acting inside. So pepsin, chymotrypsin, and elastase. Trypsin, elastase. Exopeptidases which act at the peptide bond only on the end region of the chain. So an exopeptidases acting at the peptide bond only the end of the chain. This includes carboxypeptidase and aminopeptidase. So basically endopeptidases act on the inside, which is pepsin, trypsin, chymotrypsin, and one more. Elastase, ठीक है बराबर. And exopeptidases include carboxypeptidase, and aminopeptidase. Carboxy terminal of the chain. Oh, that makes so much sense. Carboxypeptide will act on the carboxy terminal, and aminopeptides act on the peptide bond only the amino terminal. The summary of the digestion of proteins is replaced with the help of enzymes in the stomach, pancreas, and intestinal cells. Table 15.1, 15.2. Digestion takes place with the help of enzymes in the stomach, pancreas, and intestinal cells. Stomach, pancreas, and intestinal cells में जो भी enzyme है उससे digestion होगा proteins का. Correct. This is action of proteases. The enzyme hydrolyzes the peptide bond at the site of the arrow. You have exo and endo. Oh, exo में इतने सारे aminopeptide dipeptidyl peptidases, tripeptidyl peptidases. Okay, that's considered an exopeptidase. Tripeptidyl peptidases, carboxypeptidases, peptidyl dipeptidyl peptidases, and peptidyl dipeptidases. Peptidyl dipeptidases and dipeptidyl peptidases. Now there are dipeptidases, tripeptidases, omega peptidases. Damn, okay, fine. Omega peptidases, tripeptidases, peptidyl dipeptidases. Take all the knowledge. Renin, NNIN. Renin is the proteolytic enzyme present in gastric juice. And RENIN is the kidney wala. Proteolytic enzyme, what? It's an enzyme or what? It is ठीक है. It is involved in the activation of angiotensinogen to angiotensin hypertensive agent. Okay. Dietary protein 50 to 75 gram per day, and the turnover is 400 gram per day. Turnover of 400 gram per day. Your dietary proteins of 50 to 75 gram per day is the dietary protein. Data is keto acids and ammonia. Keto acid plus ammonia plus urea gives urea. So body's amino acid pool forms synthesis of body proteins and the specialized products like hemes, purines, pyrimidines, creatines, hormones, etc. Heme, purine, pyrimidine, creatine, and amino acid pool will become the keto acid pool. Amino acid becomes keto acid. Amino becomes keto. Keto plus ammonia forms urea. Keto undergoes oxidation, gluconeogenesis, and non-essential amino acids. Gluconeogenesis, oxidation, and non-essential amino acids. Keto acid will undergo oxidation, gluconeogenesis, and non-essential amino acids. Coming to summary digestion of proteins, I'll come back to later. See, chalo, pass. I'll time every page. Okay. Now, in the stomach, the hydrochloric acid is secreted, which enriches the protein, not makes clear optimum activation of pepsin. Renin also called chymosin. Renin is also called chymosin. Okay. Renin or chymosin. Renin is also called as chymosin. Is inactive in infants. Is active in infants and is involved in the curdling of milk. Curdling of milk. It is absent in adults. Milk protein casein is converted to paracasein by the action of renin. The lineage protein is easily further digested by the pepsin. So casein to paracasein is by renin. Casein to paracasein in the presence of casein to paracasein in the presence of renin. The denatured protein is digested further by the pepsin. Pepsin is secreted by the chief cells of the stomach as inactive pepsinogen. Chief cells of the stomach will secrete the pepsin. Chief oxyntic apparatus and chief cells are secreting pepsin. Pepsin is secreted by the chief cells of the stomach. The conversion of pepsinogen to pepsin removal of 44 amino acids from the internal end of the hydrochloric acid optimum 44 amino acids. Peptinogen to pepsin is 44 amino acid removal. Removal from the end terminal by the hydrochloric acid. The optimum pH for activity of pepsin is around 2. Pepsin is 2. Okay. Pepsin is an endopeptidase. Correct. Catalyzed hydrolysis was formed by carboxyl group of phenylalanine, tyrosine, tryptophan, methionine. Pepsin is phenylalanine, tyrosine, tryptophan, and methionine, and the proteins are broken down into proteases and peptones. So, pepsin only acts on phenylalanine, tyrosine, tryptophan, and methionine. Phenylalanine, tryptophan, tyrosine, and methionine. Phenylalanine, tryptophan, tyrosine, and methionine. Phenylalanine, tryptophan, tyrosine, and methionine. Phenylalanine, tyrosine, tryptophan, methionine. Phenylalanine, tyrosine, tryptophan, methionine. Pancreatic digestion proteins. The optimum pH for the activity of pancreatic enzymes 8 is provided by the alkaline bile and pancreatic juice. This is the pancreatic is provided alkaline bile and pancreatic juice. The secretion of pancreatic juice is stimulated by the peptide hormones cholecystokinin. Pancreatic juice cholecystokinin and pancreozymin. The pancreatic juice contains the important endopeptidases, namely trypsin, chymotrypsin, elastase, and carboxypeptidase. Trypsin, chymotrypsin, elastase, carboxypeptidase. They are also secreted as zymosin, that is trypsinogen, chymotrypsinogen, and proelastase. Trypsinogen, chymotrypsinogen, elastase, and carboxypeptidase. So that the pancreatic cells are autorized. Only serous proteases, that is the active center of these enzymes, contain serine residues. That's why they're called serine proteases, because the active centers contain serine residues. So that's why trypsin, chymotrypsin, elastase, and carboxypeptides are called serine proteases. Now coming to trypsin. Mesocycle is gamma. Okay, I probably read this once. So I should probably go ahead. No, I think just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Go from the start and finish. You have to finish. This time, no excuses. We have to finish entire protein from Vasudevan. Entire Vasudevan. Let's go. Okay, trypsin, gamma-trypsin, fast. Go. Trypsin, gamma-trypsin, elastin, carboxylate. Trypsinogen is activated by enterokinase and antibiotics. Present in the intestinal microvillus membranes. Intestinal microvillus membranes. Once activated, the trypsin activates other enzyme molecules. Is activated by the removal of hexapeptide from the N-terminal end. Is activated by trypsin is activated by the removal of hexapeptide from the N-terminal. You are removing a hexapeptide from N-terminal from trypsinogen to form trypsin. Trypsinogen removal of N-peptide from the N-terminal end. Hexapeptide trypsin catalyzes the hydrolysis of bonds formed by the carboxyl groups of arginine and lysine. Trypsin will catalyze the hydrolysis formed by the carboxyl bonds of arginine and lysine. Trypsin acts on arginine and lysine carboxyl groups. Arginine and lysine carboxyl groups. Acute pancreatitis, premature activation of trypsinogen. Oh, acute pancreatitis will be due to premature activation of trypsinogen inside the pancreas. If there's premature activation of trypsinogen, it will cause autodigestion of pancreatic cells. In acute pancreatitis, there is a life-threatening condition. Premature activation of trypsinogen inside the pancreatic will cause autodigestion. So pancreas में ही हो रहा है. Chymotrypsin, trypsin acting chymotrypsin such a manner that A, B, C peptides are formed. These three segments are approximate, so there is the active site is formed, there is a selective proteolysis produces the catalytic site. Trypsin, chymotrypsin. Trypsin acts on chymotrypsinogen in such a manner that A, B, C peptides are formed. These three segments are approximated so that the active site is formed. Okay. Selective proteolysis produces the catalytic site. Carboxypeptidases, trypsin and chymotrypsin degrade the proteins into small peptides. These are further hydrolyzed into dipeptides and tripeptides by carboxypeptidases. So they degrade the proteins into smaller peptides. Trypsin and chymotrypsin become protein to small peptides, and these peptides are hydrolyzed into dipeptides and tripeptides by carboxypeptidases. So peptides to tripeptides are by carboxypeptidases present in the pancreatic juice. Pancreatic juice में carboxypeptidases are present in the pancreatic juice. The carboxypeptidase is activated by trypsin, pro-carboxypeptidase, and they are metalloenzymes requiring zinc. You know that zinc is required for carboxypeptidase, correct? It's a metalloenzyme. Intestinal digestion of protein, complete digestion of small peptides. So this was all small intestine: trypsin, chymotrypsin, carboxypeptidase. Now coming to intestinal digestion of protein, that was pancreatic digestion of protein. Complete digestion of small peptides level amino acids is brought by small enzymes present in the intestinal juice as succus interface. The nucleus surface of intestinal epithelium contains the following enzymes: leucine aminopeptidase, which releases the N-terminal basic amino acids glycine and amino acid. N-terminal basic amino acids and proline aminopeptidase. Leucine aminopeptidase, leucine aminopeptidase, and proline aminopeptidase. These are both aminopeptidases which are exopeptidases present in the intestine of the person. You have leucine aminopeptidase and proline. Leucine is for N-terminal basic and even glycine. N-terminal basic amino acid and even glycine is leucine amino acid. Because leucine क्या बोला? Proline removes the proline, and you have dipeptidases and tripeptidases which will bring about the complete digestion of protein. Complete digestion of protein is dipeptidases and tripeptidases. ठीक है. Now coming to digestion. So you have enzyme pepsin endopeptidase aspartate and protease. Present in the gastric juice, pepsin, endopeptidase. You have aspartate, HCl, pepsinogen to pepsin. Peptide bonds formed by carboxyl groups of phenylalanine. Peptide bonds formed by carboxyl group of phenylalanine, tyrosine, methionine, and tryptophan. Phenylalanine, tyrosine, tryptophan, and methionine. Phenylalanine, tyrosine, tryptophan, and methionine. Phenylalanine, tyrosine, tryptophan, methionine is pepsin, and it causes proteases and peptones to be formed. Renin is present in gastric juice, and HCl curdles the milk. Renin, gastric juice, and activators HCl, which curdles the milk. Renin present in gastric juice, activator HCl, which curdles the milk. Trypsin, endopeptidase, and serine protease. Now in pancreatic juice we have what all? Trypsin, endopeptidase, enterokinase, endopeptidase, and serine protease. They activate by enterokinase, trypsinogen to trypsin, and even cholecystokinin helps in activation. Okay. Peptide bonds are formed by the carboxyl group of basic amino acids like arginine and lysine. Arginine and lysine. Fast one. God, time is health. Taking too long. Uh, Trypsin, that is an endopeptidase, serine protease, are present in pancreatic juice contain peptide bonds are formed by carboxyl groups of basic amino acids. Trypsin is for lysine and arginine. Trypsin, lysine, arginine. Pepsin is for phenylalanine, tyrosine, tryptophan, methionine. Products are proteases, peptones, and peptides. Casein to what? Ca paracasinate. Casein to Ca paracasinate. Ca to paracasinate. Uh, Now coming to chymotrypsin, endopeptidase, and serine protease. Endopeptidase, serine protease, and chymotrypsin. They are activated by trypsin and they act on peptide bonds of hydrophobic amino acids, methionine, leucine, and aromatic amino acids. Oh, chymotrypsin is acting on the hydrophobic amino acids. Okay, methionine, leucine, and aromatic. So hydrophobic amino acid is acted upon by what? By chymotrypsin. Chymotrypsin is methionine, leucine, and aromatic. Methionine, leucine, and aromatic amino acids. Aromatic amino acids, methionine and leucine. Methionine, leucine, and aromatic. Proteases, peptones, and peptides. Elastase, endopeptidase, serine protease. Pancreatic juice, trypsin, proteases, peptones, and peptides. Proteases, peptones, and peptides. Now we have carboxypeptidase and exopeptidase. Exopeptidases and carboxypeptidases. It acts on the C-terminal amino acid. It produces free amino acid N-terminal, and try and produce peptide bonds of small peptides, free amino acid. So main thing is that serine protease is like similar action to trypsin. Serine protease is similar to trypsin and also to chymotrypsin also. And chymotrypsin is hydrophobic. Chymotrypsin is hydrophobic amino acids के लिए you have chymotrypsin hydrophobic. ठीक. Now coming to absorption of amino acid. Faster. Absorption of amino acid are continuous condition requiring process. Absorption will require energy. Absorption of amino acids requires energy. There are energy requiring process. Absorption of amino acids requires energy that transport systems are carrier mediated and or so ATP sodium dependent transport systems. There are five different carriers for amino acids. Carrier for neutral amino acids: alanine, valine, leucine, methionine, phenylalanine, tyrosine, leucine. Alanine, valine, leucine, isoleucine. Uh, Valine, isoleucine, leucine, lysine, phenylalanine, methionine. Okay. And there are carriers. एक तो carrier for basic amino acids lysine, arginine, and cysteine. A carrier for amino acids and glycine. Carrier for acidic amino acids, aspartic acid, glutamic acid. Carrier for beta amino acid like beta alanine. So there are for neutral amino acids like alanine, valine, methionine, leucine, phenylalanine, tyrosine, isoleucine. Alanine, valine, leucine, methionine, phenylalanine, tyrosine, and isoleucine. Alanine, valine, leucine, methionine, phenylalanine, tyrosine, and isoleucine are for neutral amino acids. Basic amino acids are lysine and arginine and even cysteine. Amino acid and glycine. I should eat something. Amino acids and glycine. Just get some food and come. Finish. Read like a storybook. Don't go for learning too much. Read like a storybook. You'll understand better. Gamma glutamyl cysteamyl glycine. That's called glutathione (GSH). Absorption of neutral amino acids in the brain, kidney, and intestine. Intestine, kidney, tubules, and brain absorption of neutral amino acids is by gamma glutamyl or Meester cycle. Gamma glutamyl, faster. You have a tripeptide called glutathione, that is GSH. Gamma glutamyl cysteamyl glycine. Gamma glutamyl cysteamyl glycine. Gamma glutamyl cysteamyl glycine. Gamma glutamyl cysteamyl glycine. GSH. Glutathione. Mm, Gamma glutamyl cysteamyl glycine. It has an amino acid to form gamma glutamyl amino acid. Gamma glutamyl, gamma glutamyl cysteamyl glycine. It forms gamma glutamyl amino acid. Gamma glutamate system. Okay, stop getting distracted. Not distracted, but just lost. There is an amino acid from gamma glutamyl amino acid. This is catalyzed by gamma glutamyl transferase. The glutamyl amino acid is then cleaved to give the free amino acid. Glutamyl amino acid is cleaved to give a free amino acid. Fine. Mm. One require the regeneration of GSH requires 3 ATP. It's called Mr. cycle or gamma glutamyl cycle. 3 ATP. Wow. Come on. You finish. Proline, glutamate, serine, and threonine. Really? Damn. Proline, glutamate, serine, and threonine. Proline, glutamate, serine, and threonine. Proline, glutamate, serine, and threonine. Proline, glutamate, serine, threonine is called a PEST sequence. Proline, glutamate, serine, and threonine will give an inherent message to break down the message protein very quickly. PEST sequence, which are areas rich in these, will give an inherent message to break down the protein fast. Oh damn. This is called intracellular digestion of proteins. Extracellular particles of proteins are taken up by endocytosis. Why am I taking so long? Extracellular particles of proteins are taken by endocytosis and are fused with lysosomes. Intracellular proteins are also ultimately broken down by lysosomes. Amino acid and food allergy. Dipeptides and tripeptides can enter the brush part of mucosal cells. They immediately hydrolyze into single amino acid. They are transported into the portal vein. Rarely, large molecules may pass paracellularly between the epithelial cells and enter the bloodstream. Rarely, large molecules may paracellularly, that is, between the cells, may enter the stream. These are immunogenic Immunogenic, causing antibody reaction leading to immunogenic, causing antibody reaction leading to food allergy. Oh, that's what food allergy is. Certain food proteins like milk and fish is believed to result from the absorption of partially digestion proteins. Damn. So when you're partially digesting something, the larger protein is, instead of the amino acid, the larger protein is being absorbed. The larger protein absorbed is immunogenic, means it's causing an immune reaction, which will cause an antibody, and that antibody, a gluten or whatever, will combine with that, and that will form a clump, and that is why we have a food allergy, and that's why we have different manifestations. Caveolin-mediated transcytosis has been shown to transport IgA molecules intact across the mucosal cell. Caveolin-mediated transcytosis for transporting IgA molecules intact across the mucosal cell. Caveolin-mediated transcytosis has been shown to transport IgA molecules intact across the mucosal cells. Fine. Caveolin-mediated transcytosis for IgA. Caveolin-mediated transcytosis. I want to make notes, यार. नहीं हो पाया. The deficiency of enzyme 5-oxoprolinase leads to oxoprolinuria, that is called pyroglutamic aciduria. 5-oxoprolinase leads to oxoprolinuria. Deficiency of 5-oxoprolinase leads to oxoprolinuria, that is pyroglutamic aciduria. Pyroglutamic aciduria defects in the intestinal amino acid system are seen in inborn and other metabolism such as Hartnupp's disease. Immunoglycinuria, cystinuria, transport systems are seen in what? Immunoglycinuria, cystinuria, lysinuric protein intolerance, Osthaus syndrome. Osthaus syndrome. I think Hartnup was tryptophan, if I'm not wrong. Hartnupp's disease. Tryptophan and Osthaus. Defect in proline metabolism. Okay. So there's deficiency of enzyme 5-oxoprolinase leading to oxoprolinuria, that is called pyroglutamic aciduria. If there is no 5-oxoprolinuria, then you will get oxoprolinuria, which is called pyroglutamic aciduria. Pyroglutamic aciduria, which is due to 5-oxoprolinase leading to oxoprolinuria. Defects in the intestinal amino acid transport system in inborn metabolism, heart disease, immunoglycinuria, cystinuria, lysinuric protein intolerance, partial gastrectomy, pancreatitis, carcinoma, pancreas, and cystic fibrosis. Protein losing enteropathy. There is an excessive loss of serum proteins through the gastrointestinal tract. Okay, finish. Amino acid we are done. Cathepsins now. Almost. Fine. Lifespan of protein. Get over the inertia. Get over the inertia. Gamma glutamate cycle or the Meester cycle. There's glutathione, that is gamma glutamyl cysteine glycine. Gamma glutamyl cysteine glycine amino acid from outside membrane. This is gamma glutamyl transferase, that is gamma glutamyl transpeptidase. Becomes glutamyl amino acid. Glutamyl amino acid gives the amino acid inside the cell and forms gamma glutamyl cyclotransferase, forms oxoproline. Oxoproline forms glutamate again, forms glutamyl cysteine because cysteine glycine forms glycine and cysteine. That cysteine glycine combines with glutamyl amino acid. That cysteine glycine will form oxoproline, glutamate, glutamyl. Again, that cysteine will come in from glutamyl cysteine. Again, ATP is used. So ATP is used from oxoproline to glutamate, from glutamate to glutamyl cysteine, and from glutamyl cysteine to glutathione. Glutathione synthetase, and glutagamma cysteine synthetase. Glutathione is gamma glutamyl cysteine synthetase, and glutathione is gamma glutamyl transferase, that is gamma glutamyl transpeptidase. It's called gamma glutamyl Meester cycle. There's a regular turnover of intracellular proteins. The lifestyle protein is highly variable. The ornithine decarboxylase is only 11 minutes. Half-life a few hours. The half-life of hemoglobin depends on the lifetime of RBC. The lens protein crystalline. Lens protein is called crystalline. Lens protein crystalline remains unchanged throughout the life of the organism. Cathepsins. In the phagolysosomes, the particles are broken down by enzymes called as cathepsins. Is a Greek word meaning to digest. There are 18 in number, labeled from A to T. Most of them are active at pH around 3 to 5. Cathepsins are present in phagolysosomes. They are enzymes. Cathepsins are enzymes present in phagolysosomes, and of course, they need acidic pH of 3 to 5 because they're present in lysosomes, phagolysosomes, and they mean to digest. And there are 18 cathepsins labeled from A to T. Cathepsin A to cathepsin T are enzymes inside phagolysosomes. Ubiquitin, सब सुना सुना सा लगता है बट याद नहीं रहता. Intracellular protein breakdown also occurs independent of lysosomes. Intracellular protein breakdown occurs independent of lysosomes. This involves ubiquitin. It is so named because it is seen in all cells abundantly. Ubiquitin is seen in all cells abundantly. Ubiquitin is seen in all cells abundantly, and intracellular protein breakdown occurs independent of lysosomes. Intracellular protein breakdown is independent of lysosomes. That's why for the proteins inside, you don't need lysosomes, you need ubiquitin. 76 residues, molecular weight 8.5 kilodalton. The proteins are marked for degradation by covalent attachment to ubiquitin. This is a non-lysosomal ATP dependent process. They are marked for degradation by binding to ubiquitin. That is a non-lysosomal ATP dependent process. Okay. And involves several enzymes that produce ubiquitin-proteasome pathway. It is called ubiquitin-proteasome pathway. Ubiquitin-proteasome pathway. This is also linked to the cell cycle and epigenetic modifications. Cell cycle is attached to proteins with the help of 3 enzymes. Ubiquitin is attached to protein with the help of 3 enzymes. One is E1, E2, and E3. One is the activating enzyme, 2 is the ligase, and 3 is transferase. E3 is transferase. It's called ubiquitin-proteasome pathway. Ubiquitin-proteasome pathway. Ubiquitin-proteasome pathway. The process also leads to the cell cycle and epigenetic modifications. Ubiquitin is attached to protein with the help of E1 activating enzyme, E2 ligase. Mechanism of action during the first step of ubiquitin. My क्या है भाई? Ubiquitinylation. Fine and easy. The even activating enzyme is fixed on the activating enzyme is fixed on the protein with the help of ATP. The E1 can then transfer the ubiquitin to ubiquitin conjugating enzyme E2. E2 was one was first was activation, second was ligase. Ubiquitin conjugating enzyme E2 and ubiquitin is not linked to the E2, that is conjugating enzyme. There are several different E2 enzymes, more than 30 different E2 enzymes in the humans. With the help of the third enzyme E3, ubiquitin is transferred from the E2 enzyme to the substrate. Ubiquitin is transferred from the E2 enzyme to the substrate protein, resulting in the bond different third enzyme. It is transferred from the E2 enzyme to the substrate. E3 is transferred from E2 to substrate protein. E3 is transferred. Okay, I'm taking a power nap. I'm kind of tired. Like 7 minutes is only. I'll be back in 10 minutes. Take a power nap. I'm getting थोड़ा Yes, we'll take a break. Today I slept well, fine. But I haven't covered up sleep for last 2 3 days. I'll have to find. I have an exam tomorrow. So it'll be like kitne exam hai? Tomorrow I have a biochem exam. But I have not finished my portion. I have lots left. Like lots. Because I mean it's a lot of portion. Entire protein. Let's go. You have come a long way. No room for excuses, Sana. Yes, let's go. What are you eating? I'm eating cereal. But no sugar wala cereal. Like I didn't have any fruits, that's why it's here. Otherwise, cereal is not my like first thing I eat. Hi Shubham. Hi Aliza. Hi Sanika. I'm also sleepy. Will take a nap. Yes. Please take power naps. They're the best. Hi Scarface. This is a really good session for me. Good. That's great. Only 3 topics left, then done with today's target. Wow, nice. I also have an exam on 2nd of April of JEE means second attempt. Oh, damn. All the best. Hi, Advai. You'll do well, Satak. Let's go. Mm, yes, let's go. Today I woke up at 2 a.m. Why? You woke up at 2 a.m. and slept when? Unknown. 2 a.m.? My god. Not that really early. No, that's 10. No, that's too less. Wait. Imagine it putting a reaction. I have to go to the reaction setting. Let's go. Sleep more, please. Yeah, live. I'll just schedule the live. I'll schedule tomorrow morning's meet also. Tomorrow morning, 4:30, and today live. Today I'll schedule it early. Actually, today my this will get over very early. My lectures will get over a bit early because I have physio practicals and physio practicals never go on. Oh god, no, sorry. I have anat. नहीं अनाट मतलब 5:30 तक तो घर नहीं पहुंचूंगा 6 का रखते चल I'll keep it early. I might start a bit earlier but I'll keep it for 6. I'll keep it for 6 a.m. We'll keep. Baki, how are you all? How is it going? Thumbnail भी change करना. I should just make one thumbnail and then put the same thumbnail every time. Yes, let's go continue. I just schedule the meet. It takes so long. Why is it so slow to schedule the meet? It takes like 10 business days to just load. I think my physics is improving. Yeah, good job, MS. See, did you befriend your physics finally? That's the main question. MS, I might take an online session for yoga. Like Arpita ma'am asked me, I'll take it in April, probably end of April. Once I wouldn't mind coming offline also, like to all the, not all the branches, maybe one or two branches. Mulund and Dadar probably. Ghatkopar, I've never gone to Ghatkopar branch actually. Vileparle I've visited. Like I spoke to all the juniors there. Mm, public 29, 4:30. When I used to take 4 hours of sleep, I used to have a lot of brain fogging, but now as I take 7 hours, it has reduced immensely. Good, good. Sleep definitely, yeah, for sure. Rating 7.5. Next break, nahi, I don't think. Abhi Sida college. I did my laptop grayscale, it looks so sad. But that's what matters. It should look sad. Laptop, anything, any device is a distraction at the end of the day. Every and any device is harmful in some way. In regulation, if we keep. That's the whole point now. It should look sad. स्ट्रीम भी या इवनिंग स्ट्रीम भी कर मॉर्निंग का हो गया कल का वेर ऑन डे 44 फॉर टुमारो मॉर्निंग लेट्स गो people in our batch found your channel they'll flip out stream भी schedule कर दें I'm sleepy as well tried napping but the thought of my power nap turning into an hour scared me no develop that confidence in yourself ki I have the mental ability see whenever I say power nap I come back in that time usually like maybe 2-3 minutes plus minus but when I say 10-minute power nap then I take a 10-minute power nap and I come back that is most important self control it's called self control hey I should change my thumbnail yaar, yesterday's thumbnail why did I not change it almost half century complete yes we're on evening study 21. Nice. Evening studies will obviously not catch up with the main thing because evening is not every day. Plus, evening I started late. So, evening cannot catch up with morning. That's the power of everyday consistency. I mean, so there is no excuse only. 4:30 को उठना ही है. That's the best part about it. Evening, say you have your own manmani, then you're like, sometimes you're like, no. As I've purposely kept it, I don't want to overburden myself also. But morning will make us consistent. That's most important. Bring and once consistency now it's a habit. It's not like a one-time thing. Oh, I'm going to be consistent. Not like in need ke liye I'm consistent. Consistency is required lifelong. Like even when we become doctors or when we become future professionals, that habit of consistency remains more than anything. That's the most important takeaway, I would say. 6:15 का रखता हूँ आई ट्राई कमिंग अर्ली चलो आज का भी कर दिया स्ट्रीम कंटिन्यू why didn't you give 10 नहीं ना if you give perfection then what are you achieving to strive you have to always strive to be better so I'll never give myself a 10 only my neat last 3 months would be close to a 10 but still not a 10 I mean, I can call them a 10 actually. They were a 10. But like I told you I can never reach that level again. Unless probably for NEET PG I'll reach that level again. But other than that I don't think. What time did you sleep yesterday? 9:50, 9:45. Without an alarm. Wow, very nice. Chal, let's continue. Yeah, evening 6:15. Manisha. Nice, Manisha. Good, good. Bro, and thanks to you, I started eating a lot of fruits and fixed my sleep schedule. My skin is glowing here. Wow. I love reading such comments. So sweet. I'm happy, very happy. Okay, let's continue. नशा कर रहा है, yes. नाश्ता कर रहा है. why do I always eat? I literally लग रहा है कि मौलिक पूरा नशा कर रहा है. नाश्ता मतलब ऐसे सीरियल खा रहा हूँ ऐसे. नॉट रियली नाश्ता. नाश्ता भी 1 घंटे के बाद. नाश्ता नशा. I know every time Maulik says नशा कर रहा है, and then he says only two things. नशा कर रहा है and सो जा भाई. See, मौलिक मौलिक का सो जा भाई ने आया तो डे इनकम्प्लीट लगता है. मौलिक आज जल्दी उठा. मौलिक सिर्फ इवनिंग ज्वाइन करता है पहली बार. Very few times Maulik joins. Morning also he messages at like 8 o'clock or like 7, not 8, 7:30. आज जल्दी उठा मौलिक. 6 बजे. I think we'll end today's. I think I'll sleep. Mm, tired, kind of. Like 45 minutes, I can sleep. Quick nap. ठीक है then. Anything you want to ask before, or then we can end? Hi Aryan. Aman, sorry. MS had a productive session. Bye. See you in the evening. Yes. Bye, Moana. Ever thought how many subscribers you want by the year end? Not really. I haven't like pictured a number as such. Just give your best. Just my goal is to just provide value as much as possible and to keep working hard. That's it. I think everything will fall in place once you work hard and provide enough value. My main focus will be to provide as much value and to, you know, give as much. Can you show us ethics list? Okay. What is the PDF name? Self ethics. I think there are like many things. Let's first look at it. Huh? Yeah. You can read. That so it's like this. There are like around how many other 33 points. Okay, I'll show you a few more. But I want to read them myself too. There's nothing. It's all nice stuff only, of course. Wait, I'll show you. This is also very nice. We remove this. Whatever I tell you all, I've written here basically. Hmm. God. I'll show you. Yeah, you can read. Kind, compassionate, loving, affable, friendly. Be humble no matter what I achieve. Never get angry. It affects you more. Like I said, I never get angry. I don't remember the last time I got angry. I just don't get angry. It's probably been years since I was like actually angry. Always be respectful, never take advantage of anyone, be the same person inside out, purity. So there's a concept in Jainism called Man Vacha Kai, Shuddhi. Man Vacha Kai Shuddhi. Man is your mind, Vachan is your speech, and Kai is your body. So purity in speech, thought, and action. Then always take everything, always be grateful and never take anything for granted. Yeah. Never believe in short term pleasure or short term success. Hard work always beats talent. Never compromise hard work and discipline. Discipline, consistency, determination, and sheer willpower means long term success. This is my favorite, 29th point. Okay. 29th, isn't it the best statement of them all? The 29th one. Real wealth is in relations and punya, not in money. I'll just read a few more. Never talk bad of anyone. Never abuse. Always be nice to everyone. Never be rude. Keep helping whenever possible. Never cheat anyone. Never. Here, Adivitya, you were asking. Where is gambling here? Never indulge in any gambling. It's there. 14th point. And ethics. That is my mainstay. My mainstay is being ethical. I'll show this once in an evening stream and there are like lots of people. Many people. It's nice to. I wrote this like a few months back, only like 5, 6 months. I follow all this always, but I just wrote it down on like on a sheet, whatever, on a thing, PDF or whatever. Because like then it like solidifies it. कि like मुझे करना ही है. That's so cool. Yes. I love this small community of hardworking people. Yes. I will make that cool idea. Done. Writing is always better. True. Which iPad? I don't know. Air M2. Air M. It's iPad Air M2 11. True, writing is always much better. And then like when you write, also you have a like, evidence of. I say I have a lot of things. I say I'll show you all one thing. Then I have a PDF of manifestation. I have a PDF of productivity tips. I'm also constantly learning. Whenever I learn something, I write it down. Then I have a PDF called Self Improvements, Daily Improvement, Changing Habits, Books to Read, AI and Healthcare. ऐसे like हजारों PDF, like ऐसे a lot of things are there. I keep trying to improve myself. Schedule, planning, timetables. Keep always better to become better and better and better as much as possible. I'll share this on evening stream once. It'll be nice. And there are like 50 people or something. Anyways, chalo. Lists are good. I've started writing things for next year's, but this is super. How many lists do you have? Nice to learn from you. Good, good. How many lists do I have? Many, maybe like 7, 8 lists at least of like different things. It could be religious related, it could be study related, it could be. So this was not related to studies or anything. This was related to my personality or me as a person generally. What are the 3 things that you manifest the most? Okay. My biggest manifestation currently or in the next 5 years is to learn as much so that I can be as good a doctor as possible. Learning mainly in practical knowledge more than like practical hands-on knowledge, and of course theory. So my main objective first manifestation is learning as much as possible. Second objective would be to get a really good rank in NEET PG because that decides my branch, that decides my college, which I will be doing lifelong. And I do not want to take a drop for that. I am very like this about doing it in the first attempt. Like if I keep a backup, I'm not saying there's not a backup, but if I keep a backup, then I won't give my all in the first attempt. So I don't keep an option of backup. So in my first attempt, I want to do as well as possible, and I want to get a great all India rank so that I can get in Mumbai. It's really hard to get in Mumbai, especially KM science. So that would be my second manifestation, and third, probably just to keep improving as a person, like inculcating good habits sort of thing. So my prime, and of course providing as much value on YouTube as possible, like be it lives, be it content, actual videos, which are not much. I'll be shooting mainly from second year. So wait, is there a lag in the chat? Sometimes if I see from my iPad, it comes earlier. The chats come earlier on the iPad. Laptop lags sometimes. Who suggested you? Nobody. I only mostly I only do things what I feel like. I say whatever I feel right. List was my idea only. Like no one influenced me. Also, I'm just like I just prefer. I write everything down. Everything, nothing is in my mind. Everything is there somewhere. Everything is there somewhere on some page. Sure. Wait, no, really? Yeah, I joined YPT. Yeah. I'm still. I have to figure out how to use it, but we will get. Thank you. So I'll go to sleep now for a bit. I'm tired, and we will continue in the evening with full Josh. iPad M2, Air M2. Sure. Bye. See you in the evening.